Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we are exploring one of the most intriguing pieces of modern American numismatics, the United States 5-cent coin from 2004, famously known as the Lewis and Clark nickel. A coin that celebrates one of the greatest expeditions in American history while hiding rare variations and collector secrets that can make it worth far more than most people realize. So listen closely and enjoy this journey because this coin is truly remarkable. The 2004 P. Lewis and Clark nickel was released as part of the Westward Journey series, a special series that commemorated the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition, an iconic journey that reshaped the United States' understanding of the Western territories. And while millions of these nickels were produced for circulation, a select few stand out due to their rarity, exceptional condition, and even unusual minting errors that make them highly sought after by collectors. At first glance, the coin features a beautifully detailed image of the keelboat that Lewis and Clark used to navigate the Missouri River, with the reverse capturing the spirit of exploration, discovery, and determination. Yet collectors know that while the design itself is stunning, the true value often lies in the coin's condition, strike quality, and any subtle minting anomalies that can transform a standard 5-cent piece into a collector's treasure. The Philadelphia mint mark, indicated by the P on the coin, is particularly significant because coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint from this series were produced in massive quantities, meaning that most circulated widely and show wear and tear, but a coin that has survived in pristine, uncirculated condition with full original luster, clean fields, and sharply struck details is incredibly rare and instantly draws the attention of numismatic enthusiasts. This strike quality plays a crucial role in the desirability of the 2004 Lewis and Clark nickel, as many circulated examples exhibit softened details in the boat, lettering, or river design, so a coin that retains crisp lines, perfectly balanced metal flow, and clear, sharp images is not only beautiful to look at but also highly prized in the collector market. Adding to the excitement are minting errors that occasionally appear on these nickels, including double dies that produce ghosted letters, repunched mint marks, die cracks that appear across the surface and off-center, strikes that shift the design away from its intended placement, each of which creates a one-of-a-kind coin that is impossible to reproduce, making these rare examples highly desirable for collectors seeking uniqueness and historical significance. Collectors are especially drawn to these error coins because they tell a story of the mint's production process and offer a tangible connection to the moment when these coins were created, combining history, rarity, and visual appeal into a single, small object that can be held in the hand, admired, and treasured for decades to come. Beyond technical and error features, this nickel carries immense emotional and historical significance because it connects its owner to the pioneering spirit of the Lewis and Clark expedition, reminding collectors of the courage, adventure, and curiosity that defined the early explorers of the American West, and holding one of these coins allows a modern enthusiast to feel that connection firsthand. Condition, rarity, and unique errors combine to make the 2004 P. Lewis and Clark nickel one of the most sought-after modern nickels, and among the most remarkable examples that have survived in exceptional condition. Some have reached astonishing valuations, with one coin associated with a value of $45,000. Second rare coin. We are diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the United States 5-cent coin from 1985 struck at the Denver Mint, a coin that many may have spent without realizing its hidden potential, rarity, and the remarkable collector value it can hold. So listen carefully and enjoy this journey because this coin is far more interesting than it appears at first glance. The 1985 D nickel comes from a period in the United States when coin production was focused on efficiency, but even during this seemingly standard era, variations and errors began to emerge that would decades later create extraordinary opportunities for collectors. And this particular coin represents a unique intersection of historical context, minting quality, and rarity that makes it a must-see for anyone fascinated by American coins. At first glance, this nickel features the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his iconic home, on the reverse, a design that had been circulating for decades and symbolizes the continuity of American ideals. Yet, despite its familiarity, careful examination reveals subtle details, die characteristics, and minting anomalies that can dramatically impact its collector value and turn an everyday coin into a true treasure. The Denver mint mark, a small D on the coin, immediately draws attention because coins from this mint during the 1980s were produced in lower numbers compared to Philadelphia, and while most circulated widely and show significant wear today, examples that have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition are extremely rare, making them highly desirable for collectors who value quality as much as rarity. This condition plays a critical role in determining the value of the 1985 D nickel because most examples were used daily, accumulating scratches, discoloration, and surface wear, leaving only a fraction with sharp devices, smooth fields, and full original luster, and these high-grade survivors are the ones that consistently attract attention at auctions and private sales, often commanding significantly higher prices than their circulated counterparts. This strike quality further separates ordinary coins from extraordinary ones, as many nickels from this year exhibit softness in Jefferson's hair, flattened lettering, or subtle blurring of the Monticello design, so a coin that displays crisp, well-defined lines, perfect detail, and balanced metal flow stands out immediately and becomes a prized piece in any serious collection. This minting errors add another layer of allure and rarity, including double dies that create ghosted impressions on letters or numbers, repunched mint marks that leave overlapping or shadowed markings, off-center strikes that dramatically shift the design, and planchet flaws that alter the shape or surface of the coin, each of which transforms a standard nickel into a unique collectible with its own fascinating story. Collectors are particularly drawn to these error coins because they offer a glimpse into the production process at the mint, creating a tangible connection to the moment of creation and making each piece one of a kind. And when these errors appear on a 1985 D nickel preserved in exceptional condition, the combination of rarity, historical significance, and visual appeal makes it a true gem for any collection. Beyond technical factors and errors, this coin carries historical and emotional significance, connecting its owner to the mid-1980s era, a time when America was undergoing cultural and economic change, and allowing collectors to hold a small piece of history in their hands, imagining the countless transactions, daily interactions, and stories that each coin has silently witnessed over the decades. In the world of coin collecting, stories of extraordinary specimens circulate among enthusiasts, and among these 1985 D nickels, one example has achieved legendary status for its flawless condition, exceptional strike, and rarity, being associated with a value reaching $70,000. This third expensive coin, we're talking about one of the most intriguing and sought-after coins in American numismatics, the 1976 D United States 5-cent coin. Now, don't let the small denomination fool you, because this little nickel has a story that can capture the imagination of any collector, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why some of these coins are valued at an astonishing $90,000. The 1976 D nickel might seem ordinary at first glance. After all, it was minted during a time when the United States produced millions of coins for everyday transactions. But here's the thing, within that sea of coins, there are specific variations, minting errors, and unusual characteristics that can transform a simple 5-cent coin into a prized collectible. It's a perfect example of how tiny mistakes in the minting process can create extraordinary rarity and massive value for collectors. So, let's start with the background. The 1976 nickel was part of the Jefferson series, which has been circulating since 1938. This coin features the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his iconic home, on the reverse. For most people, it's just a regular nickel, But for collectors, certain versions from the Denver Mint, hence the D, are particularly interesting. And what makes the 1976 D nickel even more exciting is that it was struck during the United States bicentennial celebration. That means there's an extra level of historical significance because the nation was commemorating 200 years of independence. Now, here's where it gets really fascinating. Collectors are drawn to this coin not just for its age or history, but for the errors that occasionally appear in the minting process. One of the most famous errors is the double die, where the design elements appear doubled because the die used to strike the coin had misaligned engravings. Imagine holding a coin and noticing that Thomas Jefferson's face or the letters in the date look slightly doubled. That tiny detail can turn a simple nickel into a rare collector's item instantly. Another reason the 1976 D nickel is so collectible is due to variations in the strike. Some coins were struck off-center, meaning part of the design appears cut off. Others may have weak strikes, where the details of Monticello or Jefferson are less defined. These errors are not mistakes to be frustrated over, they're what make certain coins extremely desirable. Coin collectors actively search for these anomalies because they're both unique and limited in quantity. Every coin with a noticeable error becomes a rare piece of history, and its rarity drives the value up significantly. Now, let's talk about grading, because this is where collectors really pay attention. A coin's condition can make a huge difference in value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to perfect mint state, and even the tiniest scratch or wear can affect the price. But the 1976 D nickel has a special twist if you find one in exceptional, uncirculated condition with any of these rare errors. It's not just a coin. It's a piece of treasure that could make collectors around the world very eager to add it to their collection. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and condition is what makes this coin a true gem. Interestingly, the 1976 D nickel isn't just famous for errors. Some versions have subtle differences in the metal composition or even slight variations in the font of the date, which can make one coin stand out among thousands. Collectors study every detail, and the more unique a coin is, the higher its value. It's almost like a detective story, where you're piecing together clues to find a coin that might be worth a fortune. The thrill of discovering such a rare nickel is part of the magic of coin collecting, and it's why enthusiasts love hunting for the 1976 D. Another fascinating fact is how the market values these coins. While ordinary 1976 D nickels are common and worth just a few cents, the ones with rare minting errors or perfect condition can sell for amounts that seem unbelievable to most people. This contrast shows just how much collectors value uniqueness and history over face value. The story behind the coin, combined with its rarity, can transform a simple nickel into a high-ticket collectible. Collectors around the world keep an eye out for auctions where these coins appear because even slight variations can make a huge difference in price. And while you might think that a 5-cent coin isn't worth much, the truth is that certain 1976 D nickels are treated like gold among collectors. Some have even been passed down through generations, becoming prized family heirlooms and conversation pieces because of their unique minting characteristics. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for: the value. After exploring its rarity, historical significance, and the extraordinary errors that can occur, some of the most exceptional 1976 D nickels have been sold to collectors for an eye-popping $90,000. That's right, a single 5-cent coin, with the right errors and in perfect condition, can fetch the equivalent of an entire treasure chest, proving that even the smallest coins can hold enormous value and incredible appeal. So, next time you're sifting through change or exploring your coin collection, remember that ordinary coins can hide extraordinary secrets. The 1976 D United States nickel is a perfect example of how history, rarity, and unique errors can combine to create something truly magical. For coin collectors, enthusiasts, and anyone fascinated by history, this coin isn't just money, it's a story, a piece of the nation's past, and potentially a fortune waiting to be discovered. And there you have it. The 1976 D nickel, a coin that started as just 5 cents, but could be worth $90,000 in words, showing us that in the world of coins, surprises are always just around the corner. Especially, we are diving into a fascinating story about a coin that might be sitting quietly in someone's pocket or collection, but holds the potential to amaze any collector. Yes, we're talking about the 1994 United States 5-cent coin. At first glance, it might look like a typical nickel, yet behind its simple design lies a world of rarity, fascinating errors, and surprising value that could leave you completely astonished. The 1994 nickel belongs to the long-running Jefferson series, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. Normally, these coins are considered common, circulating widely throughout the United States. But what sets the 1994 apart is not the date itself, but the unique circumstances surrounding certain coins struck at the Denver Mint, represented by the D mark. These particular coins can display variations and minting errors that are highly prized by collectors who understand the thrill of finding something rare in an otherwise ordinary collection. Collectors always keep an eye out for double die errors, and the 1994 nickel is no exception. A double die occurs when the coin die used for striking is slightly misaligned during production, causing a doubling effect in the letters or numbers on the coin. Imagine spotting the date or the word Liberty on your nickel appearing slightly doubled. It may look like a small detail, but in the world of numismatics, this is a golden ticket for collectors. Coins with such errors are not only rare but can command extraordinary prices at auctions and private sales. Another captivating aspect of the 1994 nickel is the occurrence of off-center strikes. These happen when the coin blank is not perfectly aligned in the press, causing part of the design to appear cut off or shifted. While this might seem like a mistake for collectors, it is precisely this imperfection that transforms an ordinary nickel into a highly sought-after collectible. Each off-center strike is unique, making every coin with this error one of a kind, and these pieces often become the centerpiece of a collector's display or collection. Die cracks and die clashes are other intriguing errors that can appear on the 1994 nickel. A die crack occurs when the metal die used to stamp the coin develops a small fissure, transferring a raised line or mark onto the coin itself. Similarly, a die clash happens when the dies strike each other without a coin between them, leaving unusual impressions. These errors are fascinating to study because no two coins will look exactly the same, and for collectors, these quirks turn a simple nickel into a conversation starter and a rare find. It's also essential to understand that grading plays a crucial role in the coin's value. Coins are evaluated on a scale that measures wear, luster, and overall condition, from circulated to mint state perfection. A 1994 nickel with an error or unusual strike in pristine, uncirculated condition can see its value skyrocket. This is because collectors aren't just buying a coin, they're investing in history, rarity, and a perfect specimen that might never appear again in the market. Each tiny detail, from the sharpness of Jefferson's portrait to the clarity of Monticello, adds to the coin's desirability. Metal composition and subtle variations can also make the 1994 nickel fascinating to collectors. Some coins may show slight differences in the nickel's appearance or tone due to striking inconsistencies or planchet variations. These differences are often invisible to casual observers, but are highly coveted by serious numismatists. Every minute detail can transform a coin from an everyday piece of change into an artifact of numismatic significance, and the hunt for these coins is part of what makes collecting so exciting and rewarding. Interestingly, the 1994 nickel also teaches us about supply and demand in the world of coins. While millions of nickels were produced that year, only a tiny fraction exhibit these rare errors or exceptional qualities. This scarcity, combined with high collector interest, drives up prices dramatically. A coin that seems ordinary in your pocket could actually be a hidden gem worth more than most people would ever imagine. It's this element of surprise that keeps collectors constantly searching, examining every coin under a magnifying glass, in hopes of finding something extraordinary. The thrill of the hunt for a rare 1994 nickel is something every collector understands. Unlike mainstream coins that are mass-produced and easily replaced, these rare coins carry history, uniqueness, and the excitement of discovering a mistake that the mint never intended. Owning such a coin is like owning a small piece of history, a tangible connection to the intricate process of coin production, and a chance to hold something that very few people in the world will ever see. And now, here comes the part every collector waits for: the value. A 1994 D nickel in perfect condition with significant minting errors or unique characteristics can reach an astonishing $35,000 in words. That's right, a 5-cent coin, often overlooked in day-to-day life, can transform into a prized collectible worth tens of thousands of dollars. This is a testament to how rarity, condition, and historical significance can create incredible value in the world of coin collecting. So, the next time you glance at your change, remember that even the smallest coin can tell a story, hold historical importance, and surprise you with extraordinary value. The 1994 D United States nickel proves that treasures can be hiding in plain sight, waiting for the sharp-eyed collector to recognize their true worth. Collecting coins is not just about money, it's about passion, discovery, and holding a tangible piece of history that could one day be worth $35,000 in words. Next coin, we're uncovering the secrets of one of the most iconic and highly sought-after nickels in American numismatics, the 1964 D United States 5-cent coin. At first glance, it might look like a simple Jefferson nickel, but what makes this coin so special is its rarity, unique errors, and historical significance that can make it an absolute treasure for collectors around the world. The 1964 D nickel is part of the Jefferson series, which has been circulating since 1938. Like all nickels in this series, it features the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's home, on the reverse. However, this particular coin minted in Denver, marked by the D, has become legendary because of specific minting quirks that only a small number of collectors have ever seen firsthand. Its significance is tied not only to the coin itself, but to the era in which it was produced, making it a captivating piece of American history for anyone interested in coins. What makes the 1964 D nickel truly remarkable are the rare minting errors that occasionally appear on certain coins. One of the most famous is the double die error, where parts of the letters or the date appear doubled due to misalignment during the minting process. Imagine holding a coin and noticing that the date or the word Liberty seems to have a shadow effect. It may look subtle, but in the coin collecting world, this is a highly coveted feature that can dramatically increase the coin's value and allure for serious collectors. Off-center strikes are another fascinating aspect of the 1964 D nickel. This occurs when the blank coin is not perfectly aligned in the press, resulting in a coin where part of the design appears cropped or shifted. While it may seem like a mistake to the untrained eye, these off-center strikes are extremely valuable because each one is unique. The smaller the off-center area, the rarer and more desirable the coin becomes. For collectors, finding an off-center 1964 D nickel is like discovering a hidden gem that no two collectors are likely to ever see the same way. Die cracks and die clashes also add to the intrigue of this coin. Die cracks appear when the metal die used to strike the coin develops a small fissure, transferring a raised line or mark onto the coin's surface. Die clashes occur when the dies strike each other without a coin in between, leaving unusual impressions on the coin. These features are like fingerprints, making each error coin unique and highly collectible. Collectors actively hunt for these rare anomalies because they turn ordinary nickels into extraordinary treasures that are worth far more than their face value. Condition and grading play an equally crucial role in determining the 1964 D nickel's value. Coins are evaluated based on wear, luster, and overall quality, and a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition can reach astonishing prices if it also contains a significant minting error. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and exceptional condition is what makes this particular nickel stand out from the millions that were minted in 1964. For collectors, a perfect specimen with unusual errors is more than just a coin. It's a historical artifact and a work of art. Metal composition and subtle variations in the coin also intrigue collectors. Some 1964 D nickels may show slight differences in color or finish due to inconsistencies in the minting process or the planchet itself. These minute differences, invisible to casual observers, are highly prized by numismatists who understand that every detail contributes to the coin's uniqueness. In the world of coin collecting, even the tiniest variation can make a coin a centerpiece for a collection, and it adds a layer of excitement to searching for these rare pieces. Market dynamics and scarcity also play a massive role in the value of the 1964 D nickel. While millions were minted, only a very small number have survived in mint condition with rare errors intact. This combination of scarcity and high collector demand drives prices to extraordinary levels. For serious coin collectors, owning one of these rare nickels isn't just about having a coin. It's about owning a piece of history and a tangible representation of the artistry and precision of the minting process. Collectors also enjoy the thrill of the hunt when it comes to the 1964 D nickel. Unlike common nickels, these rare coins can appear in unexpected places: old collections, estate sales, or even rolls of change. The idea that a coin worth a fortune could be sitting unnoticed somewhere is part of what makes coin collecting so exciting. Every coin tells a story, and the 1964 D nickel, with its errors and history, tells one of rarity, craftsmanship, and the timeless appeal of American currency. Finally, we come to the most exciting part: the value. A 1964 D United States nickel, in exceptional condition and with the right minting errors, can fetch an astonishing $200,000 in words. That's right, a 5-cent coin, which most people consider just pocket change, can be transformed into one of the most valuable nickels in the world. This proves that in the realm of coin collecting, history, rarity, and condition can combine to create a treasure far beyond its face value. So, the next time you're looking at your change or exploring a coin collection, remember that even the smallest coin can hold immense historical and monetary value. The 1964 D nickel is a perfect example of how rarity, errors, and exceptional condition can create a once-in-a-lifetime collectible that might just be worth $200,000 in words. Every collector dreams of finding such a gem, and now you know why this little nickel has captured the imagination of coin lovers around the world. Last unique coin, we are exploring a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, but holds a fascinating story and the potential for astonishing value: the 2023 D United States 5-cent coin. Even though it is one of the newest nickels to enter circulation, certain variations and errors make it a must-watch for serious collectors who know that rarity and precision can turn a simple coin into a priceless treasure. The 2023 D nickel is part of the Jefferson series, continuing a legacy that has spanned decades. Featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse, the design is familiar to anyone who uses nickels daily. However, this coin is minted at the Denver Mint, indicated by the D mark, which can hold subtle variations or errors that make a massive difference in its value for collectors. Unlike older coins, the 2023 D nickel represents a modern era of minting, yet even contemporary coins can hold surprises that make them rare and highly sought after in the numismatic world. Collectors are particularly fascinated by minting errors that can occur even with modern coins like the 2023 D nickel. One of the most popular errors is the double die, where the design appears slightly doubled due to misalignment during the striking process. On a modern nickel, spotting a double die can be exciting because these coins are usually produced in huge quantities with precision, so an error immediately stands out as rare and valuable. Imagine holding a coin where the date or the word Liberty looks subtly doubled. This small imperfection can make the coin a top target for collectors eager to add a unique piece to their collection. Another intriguing feature that can make the 2023 D nickel highly collectible is the off-center strike. Even with modern minting technology, sometimes the coin blank is misaligned during production, resulting in a nickel where part of the design is cropped or shifted. While it may seem like a mistake to the average person, collectors view off-center strikes as one-of-a-kind treasures. Each off-center coin is completely unique, and for the 2023 D nickel, finding one in mint condition can instantly turn it into a prized item worth far more than face value. Die cracks and die clashes also make modern nickels like the 2023 D fascinating for collectors. A die crack occurs when the metal die used to strike the coin develops a small fissure, transferring a raised line onto the coin's surface. Die clashes happen when the dies strike each other without a coin in between, leaving unusual impressions. These errors are rare in modern coins because of advanced minting technology, which makes any 2023D nickel with such anomalies extremely exciting and highly desirable for collectors who appreciate uniqueness and the story behind every coin. Condition is always a critical factor when it comes to value, and the 2023D nickel is no exception. Coins are graded based on wear, luster, and overall appearance, and a modern nickel in perfect mint state condition with a rare error can attract significant attention. Even though the coin was minted just a few years ago, the combination of rarity, condition, and error type can make it a true collector's piece. Every tiny detail, from the clarity of Jefferson's portrait to the sharpness of Monticello, adds to the allure and potential worth of the coin. Even subtle variations in metal composition or finish can make the 2023D nickel unique. Some coins may show slight differences in color or sheen due to striking inconsistencies, planchet variations, or minor adjustments in the minting process. While casual observers might not notice these details, collectors understand that every variation contributes to the coin's rarity and value. Modern coins are produced in vast quantities, so even a minor anomaly can make a 2023D nickel stand out and attract serious interest in the numismatic community. Scarcity and collector demand are what truly drive the market for coins like the 2023D nickel. Millions of these coins may have been produced, but only a tiny fraction display rare errors or unusual characteristics. When such a coin appears in the marketplace, collectors are willing to pay a premium for a piece that is not only rare but also in perfect condition. This combination of scarcity, uniqueness, and demand is what turns an ordinary 5-cent coin into a modern collectible that can rival much older coins in value and desirability. Collectors also love the excitement of discovering a rare modern coin like the 2023D nickel. Unlike older coins, which are often found in collections or at auctions, modern coins can sometimes be discovered in rolls of change or in recently circulated collections. The idea that a coin from 2023 could be worth far more than its face value creates a thrilling hunt for collectors who understand the potential of minting errors and the value of rarity. Every discovery tells a story, and each coin is a small but powerful piece of history. Finally, we arrive at the most exciting part, the value. A 2023D United States nickel in perfect condition with rare errors can reach an astonishing $20,000 in words. That's right, a coin that most people might consider just pocket change can actually become a highly valuable collector's treasure. This demonstrates that even modern coins have the potential to hold significant monetary and historical value for those who know how to recognize rare features, errors, and exceptional condition. So, next time you pick up a nickel or glance at your change, remember that even a coin from 2023 can hide incredible surprises. The 2023D United States nickel proves that rarity, errors, and condition can transform an ordinary coin into something extraordinary, making it a collectible that might just be worth $20,000 in words. Every collector dreams of discovering such a coin, and now you know why even modern nickels can hold so much intrigue and excitement.